Welcome back, everybody. Today we're going to show you my method on how I plant my garden in the spring and in the fall, where it's either a time of the year. I don't care how many fish you catch, how many deer you kill, anything that you're going to put on your table, you've got to have a garden to go with it. Because what happens if times go bad and you cannot grow your own food? You need to learn these basic principles. So I'm going to show you today how I plant my garden. First, I let my chickens in through a little hole I made over there. They've done cleaned out my whole entire garden spot, plus fertilized for me. So, next we're going to get the tiller. We're going to break up the ground, and then we'll get back to the next process. Whew, that about whooped me. But you see, the ground is pretty rich. Been working on it for about, I don't know, 6-7 years. It was nothing but white sand when I first got started. And now, after years of putting in chicken fertilizer and all kinds of other stuff, the ground's starting to get a real richness to it. So if you got poor ground, just do like I did. Just keep building it up with leaves and manure and anything organic, and then eventually get to where it's going to produce some great vegetables. Alright, let's go on to the next round, round 2. Alright, once you get your hoe, what you want to do is you want to start off, and Joe readjusted here. It rains a whole lot here in Alabama, especially being so close to the Gulf Coast. So what we like to do is I like to make a trench, and people have terms for this. I don't really get into all that. But make you, I don't know, probably 5 to 6 inches straight trench. Now, us being so close to the Gulf Coast, we get all that rain. What we'll do is we'll put a fertilizer in the bottom of this, and then we'll come back on each side and we will cover it up and make a mound by doing it on both sides, just like this. Now what that does is when we plant our plants up here on top of the mound, it will help with the drainage with all the rain. It doesn't root rot your crop. It allows your plant to get established as it feeds down into the fertilizer that we put in. So it really helps out. Now if you're not in an area where you don't have a lot of rain, you might not have to do this technique. But if we don't do it here, we won't have no garden. So I'm going to do the rest of the garden just like this. We'll get right back to you. Alright, now that we've got a rows made and we're ready to put our fertilizer on the bottom of the row, this is what I like to use in my area. I don't know if y'all can get it, but I know somebody probably has something similar to it. This is locally. I don't know if y'all can see this. It's Mighty Grow. It's made out of 100% chicken fertilizer manure from a local chicken farm. Stuff works wonders. It smells god awful, but it really works. And it's organic. And it's already been through the heat process, so we don't have to worry about it burning our plants. So it's a pelletized crumble. Like, so what I'll do is I'll go down my rows and I'll just line the bottom of it. So when my plants roots grow into it, you'll know it, they'll sprout up really, really fast. And another good point about this stuff is that it builds your ground in the process. Now let me stop right here. I think I failed to mention something. If you are doing this and you're using a fertilizer like triple 13, triple 10, 888, whatever, you do not want to put this much in there. It does not take much in the bottom of your row. That stuff is really strong. This has been through a heat process. It's not going to hurt my plants. So I like to go a little bit extra heavy, so I only have to do it once or twice through the year. So just keep that in mind. Go by the manufacturer specs on how much to put towards your plants. Turn my back for 5 seconds. Get on the road, come on. All that hard work. Shoot. Good boy. Alright, as you can see, I like to stake my rows before I cover it up. That way it gives you a visual to come back. You know exactly where it was at, and where your row was at, where you fertilize at. You're gonna plant directly on top. And you can even run a string from rod to rod if you want to. So what we do after this, like I said, we get so much rain here, we have to mound it up over this fertilizer. And then the roots will slowly grow in to the fertilizer, and it keeps the drainage going good. That way you don't rot your roots. So, see what I'm talking about. That's one completed row. Now we're going to do the rest of them. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this edition of County Line Outdoors. Took about 3 hours, but we got our garden prepped. We're ready to start planting. And don't think you got to have a gigantic garden to do this, or a piece of property. You can do this in your backyard in containers. It ain't no issue at all. I know plenty of people that do it. And they grow everything they need, from herbs to tomatoes to collards, anything that you actually want. And just a couple of hours prep work, and now we're ready to go. And we'll have all the way through about November, whenever we get our first frost, everything will die. So if you liked the video, like it, and comment down below if you want to see any more. If you got any questions, PM me or just comment. I'll get back with you as soon as possible. And until next time, tight lines. We'll catch you next time on County Line Outdoors.